Hi, and welcome back to another Diablo 3 build guide. Today we're talking about the Bloody Pets build for the Trag'oul set. As with all my guides, I strictly play hardcore, so I always keep that as the forefront when I make a guide and a new build, and as I come up with things to make sure that hardcore is the main focus and things that keep you alive. The purpose of this build is to provide a decent amount of damage. It's a fun playstyle because you're using Trag'ouls, which is my favorite Necromancer set. You can rush around the map. It's got a lot of mobility. It's a lot of fun. It does decent damage. You're not going to be pushing high leaderboards with this build, but I mean, if you don't care about the high leaderboards and this is a fun build, it'll get you what you want out of the season. So, first and foremost, you're going to need all 6 pieces of the Trag'oul set because there is no room for the Ring of Royal Grandeur. One thing about this build, it is definitely based on having a lot of health due to the 4-piece from the Trag'oul set where it doubles your health once you get it stacked up. And then also you have the Devourer sated rune. And what that does is it'll increase your health by 50% once you get that stacked up to 25 as well. So in my basic build I have here, I mean, I'm running around 3.1 million hit points. So I mean, you have a nice big health pool, you're a big meat sponge basically, which is nice considering we're not running with a Dante's belt and you're not running with a curse, so you're not getting that damage reduction there. Now, as far as the amulet, I run with the Wisdom of Kalan, get the extra 5 stacks of bone armor. That will increase your survivability as well. And then as far as rings, I use the Circle and the Unity and the Crispins. Doesn't matter which ones you use, just use your highest rolls, put the other in the cube. Now, for your cube, I use the Scythe of the Cycle, which gives you an additional 400% additional damage while bone armor is active. And skeletal mages are a secondary ability, so that increases their damage as well. Since you're using life support, they last 2 extra seconds, so it actually makes it a lot easier since with the Scythe of the Cycle, it reduces the cooldown of the duration of bone armor. Well, if these guys are lasting a little bit longer, it'll work out a little better. I seem to never really run out of bone armor, even come close to it. It seems to work out great, because you can keep 10 of these guys out all the time. And then I also use the Taskers and Theo because I get your pets up to 50% extra damage. And then also for legendary gems, I use the Enforcer, the Esoteric, and the Bane of the Trapped. Enforcer for extra pet damage, Bane of the Trapped for extra damage on the slows and the CCs, and the Esoteric just to save your ass when those nasty affixes show up. You can also pop that out for a Wildebeest if you think you got enough damage reduction, you need the extra self-healing. You can always do that as well. Alright, so as far as skills go, we have Command Skeletons, Freezing Grasp, pops your Crispin. That's important. You have Blood Rush with I don't take a rune because you get all of them with the Trag'oul's build. Then you also have Bone Armor with Dislocation, so that's provides you a 2-second stun. Take Devourer with Sated. I really don't know how to pronounce it, but whatever. It increases your maximum health by 2% for 2 seconds for each corpse devoured. Now the interesting thing about this is it does stack up to 25. That 2% stacks, and so does the 2-second stacks. So if you're killing things fast enough, you can get that stacked up and you never have to worry about it falling off. And then I take Siphon Blood with Bloodsucker. That'll come into play with the passives. And then Skeletal Mages with Life Support. With your 6-piece of the Trag'oul set, your life spending abilities deal 33% increased damage, and your healing from skills is increased by 100%. So that 33% increased damage, since they cost 10% health to cast the mages now, there you go. Now, as far as your passives, this is hardcore, so take Final Service, Extended Fortitude. It gives the mages even more time, less stress on your bone armor. They take Life from Death, since you're consuming as many corpses as you can to stack that sated. It has a chance to spawn health globes, and then Blood for Blood. Picking up health globes removes the health cost of the next blood spell. This can in fact stack up to 10 times. So with Siphon Blood, so you're consuming corpses constantly, using Bloodsucker to suck in those health globes, and it'll also give you free blood spells. The hardest part of this build is the beginning of a rift, because you have 0 stacks of bone armor, 0 stacks of your 4-piece, and you have 0 stacks of sated. So what you want to do is, first thing, you run in, find a big group of guys, blood rush through them all, pop your bone armor to get 15 stacks, blood rush back through. That gets you a lot of stacks to get yourself started, get a nice jump start, and then just be careful until you get that 100 stacks on your 4-piece. You get the sated stacks of 25, and then you get the bone armor. I'll make sure it stays at 15 all the time. It's a really fun build to play. Great play style. I'm loving it. Hope you guys love it too, so let me know in the comment section below what you think.